Have you ever thought about places where walking down the street feels like a risk, or where law and order are more of an idea than reality? We're talking about the most dangerous spots on Earth. Why are they like that? It's not just about crime, it's about ongoing conflicts, struggles for power, and everyday folks caught in the mix. What keeps people living in such dicey situations? Stick around as we unpack the stories of the top 10 lawless places in the world. Number 10. Afghanistan. So first up is Afghanistan. You might have heard it in the news, right? It's a place where conflict is part of daily life. Imagine trying to go to school or the market when there's a real chance of violence at any turn. Why does this happen? Well, it's been in a state of war for decades, and it's not just about territory, it's about different groups fighting for control. What's life like for the locals? Think about having your plans constantly changed because it's too dangerous to step outside. That's a regular day there. Afghanistan tops the list as the most dangerous country on the Global Peace Index. It makes you wonder, how do people keep their hope alive in such tough spots? Number 9. Yemen. Next, let's talk about Yemen. This place is another hotspot for conflict that affects everyone, from the youngest kid to the oldest grandparent. The country has been torn apart by a war that's about power, about who gets to run the show. It's not just the bombs and bullets. Imagine living without enough food or clean water, because the war has disrupted all the normal ways of life. Yemen ranks really close to Afghanistan on that danger scale. But amidst all this, there are stories of incredible resilience and community spirit. People helping each other out, sharing what little they have. It's these human stories among the chaos that really hit you. Number 8. Syria now. Let's shift to Syria. This country's been in the headlines for a long time, hasn't it? Caught in a civil war that seems endless. Life there is about dodging dangers that come from all sides. Families, just like ours, wake up to uncertainty every day. What's today going to be like? Will it be safe to go out? Schools, hospitals, and markets, places that are supposed to be safe, often end up on the front line. Despite all this, you'll find stories of people trying to rebuild, holding on to hope. It's their strength in the face of such adversity that really makes you think about the resilience of the human spirit. Number 7. South Sudan. Next on our list is South Sudan. Picture this, a country that's only been independent since 2011, already struggling with conflicts that threaten its young existence. Tribal clashes and political power struggles make it hard for stability to take root. Imagine living in a place where peace is so new, it's still finding its way. And yet, in South Sudan, amidst this turmoil, communities come together, trying to forge a peaceful path forward. They celebrate their cultural heritage, and despite the challenges, they're paving the way for a future they all dream of. The stories from here are about more than survival, they're about a collective effort to create lasting peace. Number 6. Somalia. Moving on to Somalia. Here's a place where the word government might not mean much in large swaths of the country. Pirates, warlords, and militants have filled the void in many areas, making it a tough spot to live in. Can you imagine fishing or trading being high-risk jobs? That's the reality here. People navigate their day with the constant threat of kidnapping or worse. Yet, despite these harrowing conditions, there are tales of bravery and resilience. Communities come together to protect their own and try to maintain some semblance of normal life amidst chaos. The spirit of the Somali people shows that even in the darkest times, human resilience shines brightly. Number 5. Iraq. Lastly, let's talk about Iraq. This country has seen its fair share of headlines, often for bombings and conflicts that seem never-ending. Daily life involves navigating a landscape of political tension and violence. Yet, in this landscape, there's a strong sense of pride and history that persists. Many Iraqis are working hard to rebuild their communities, promoting peace and stability from the ground up. It's a place where every small act of normalcy is an act of courage. The markets are bustling, children go to school, and there's laughter to be heard amid the recovery. It's these glimpses of everyday courage and community effort that paint a picture of Iraq beyond the conflicts. Number 4. Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. Now, let's venture into the Democratic Republic of Congo, a vast land rich in resources yet plagued by endless conflict. Picture vast jungles and rivers, where beneath the surface lies a wealth of minerals that should be a boon but instead fuel strife. In many parts, local militias battle for control over these riches, making certain areas no-go zones for the average person. Imagine trying to make a living when your backyard is a battleground. Despite this, the spirit of the Congolese is undeterred. In towns and villages, amidst this turmoil, you'll find vibrant markets, laughter, music, and dance, a testament to their enduring hope and resilience. People here are not just surviving, they're finding ways to thrive, creating pockets of peace and community life that defy the chaos around them. Number 3. Central African Republic, CAR. Next, let's look at the Central African Republic. This country might not make the news as often, but it's a place where government control is often nominal and various armed groups wield the real power. Imagine living in a place where safety is so uncertain that entire communities need to band together for protection. Despite such intense challenges, the people of KR have a profound connection to their land and a fierce determination to reclaim peace. In local communities, you'll see efforts to bridge divides, with leaders from different backgrounds coming together to promote reconciliation. Markets are slowly bustling again, and there's a strong sense of community care. Neighbors look out for one another, sharing what little they have. It's a tough environment, no doubt, but the resilience and communal spirit of the people offer a glimmer of hope for a stable future. Number 2. Sudan. Let's talk about Sudan. A land where the scars of conflict are still fresh and the journey towards peace feels like a winding road. Imagine communities split by years of strife, now tentatively reaching across divides to stitch their country back together. In Sudan, the air is often thick with tension, but also with the hope of reconciliation. Markets are beginning to buzz again, and children are returning to schools, their laughter a sign of a slowly healing nation. Here, resilience is in ample supply, with people forging ahead, determined to rebuild their lives and their communities. Every step towards peace is hard-won but celebrated, as each act of forgiveness and unity brings them closer to stability. Number 1. Russia. Finally, let's look at Russia, a powerhouse marred by internal unrest and external conflicts that dominate the headlines. Beyond the political noise, in the vast landscapes from bustling Moscow to the quiet, forested Siberian towns, everyday Russians deal with a level of uncertainty about their future. Despite the geopolitical storms, you'll find a rich tapestry of culture and a strong sense of national pride. Families gather in parks, friends meet for coffee, and artists continue to express themselves through music and literature, painting a picture of life that persists in its vibrancy amid challenges. The Russian spirit is marked by a complex blend of resilience and introspection, reflecting a community's endeavor to find normalcy in the not-so-normal. As we traveled through some of the most challenging places on Earth, we've seen not just the struggles, but the incredible strength and resilience of people. Every story of hardship also carries a spark of hope and human spirit. What did you find most compelling about these places? Share your thoughts, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to keep the conversation going. Let's spread awareness and foster understanding together.